Hey you guys, it's me Julie, your YYC Angel Intuitive with your weekly angel message and oracle card reading for the week of October the 1st through to October the 8th. So let's get into it. I'm working today with Archangel Michael. I've got my purple scarf. That purple energy, that is Archangel Michael. So for those of you who get images in the movie of your mind and who are spiritually inclined and you see colors, you're going to see Michael as this indigo, this cobalt blue color. Okay, so that's part of the reason why I wore this today. And the reason why I feel so strongly that we're working with Michael today is not only is he here, but he wants to be here. And so you got to ask yourself, thank you, first of all, Michael, that you're here. But second of all, okay, who's Archangel Michael? And if he's here, why? Tell me why he would be here. Well, Archangel Michael's name means he who is like God. And like God, he's here to protect you and provide for you like guidance and safety and love and take away your fear. So he's here because there's a lot of fear. You're working through things right now. You have decided that you want to feel better. And whenever we decide something, the whole universe conspires along with us to help us get it. Okay, that's from that book called The Alchemist, right? The author talks about that. Whenever you really want something, the whole universe will conspire along with you to help make it happen. Something like that. So it's a really beautiful testament that Michael is here because it means you've decided that you need help with your situation, that you're open to help. And here's what he's saying through his oracle cards. Okay, so I'm shuffling and look at, that cobalt blue. But then if we go to this side, it's all that, see the same color as my scarf? So when you call upon him and all of a sudden you might just get a blur of that cobalt blue energy, know that he is with you. But the angels don't need a special prayer. Just holding the intention to connect with him and any archangel is what's going to have them immediately appear by your side. So I'm shuffling and I keep on shuffling. I'm not guided to stop yet. That means that there's something that you're thinking about right now. And they're guiding me to ask you to breathe. So everyone breathe, take a deep breath in and release. I just heard that you need to release frustration. Frustration can be that top surface emotion that we feel. And underneath it, it might be sadness. It might be pain. So he's, I think, asking us to take a breath, to just take a moment and acknowledge what's actually going on for you. So let's do that now. Okay. We did it. Now I was able to stop. So that means we might have been a little ungrounded. We might have been a little unfocused. So that just was a good way to get still and connect with spirit. And then I was guided to stop. Okay. And I'm going to pull from the top of the deck for the beginning of the week. Your first message, be gentle with yourself. Yes, be gentle with yourself. There's a limiting belief out there that says the harder you are on yourself, that the more you'll get out of yourself. And I call that limiting because transformation occurs through love. Transformation occurs through empathy and through gentleness. We don't feel like moving or being productive or even creative when we're being hard on ourselves or critical or negative. We move from gentleness. If you think of any hard time that you have stepped up in your life, it wasn't because you got mad. I was going to say, wait a minute. There's been some times I've stepped up because I was mad, but I certainly wasn't being hard on myself. That's for darn sure. I was like, no, I'm going to do this. I can do this. I love myself enough to do this, but I was being gentle. And that's your message at the beginning of the week. Here's the prayer. I love that these cards have a prayer on them. So here's your prayer to support you. Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do. In everything I think, speak, and do. So I want to take this opportunity to share with you that the angels acknowledge that what you think, what you speak, and what you do are all part of a creative process that a lot of people in the spiritual community refer to as manifesting, or, making your dreams come true. Please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do. So that means your thoughts, in your thought process. You're anointing yourself along the way. You're saying, I can do this. I'm ready for this. So what I'm saying is your thoughts need to be nurturing. Also, the way that you speak to yourself, but more importantly, the people around you, needs to be nurturing. Because if you're not nurturing and gentle with other people, they're going to not give you that back, and then you're going to feel worse. So it's really important that with other people too, that you're nurturing and in what you do. So if you're hungry, you don't want to starve yourself. If you don't feel like exercising, you don't want to force yourself. So that means in what you do has to be gentle, right? Surrounding yourself with gentle people, taking those small steps to surround yourself with behaviors and participate in behaviors that are also gentle. Okay, the next thing, it says, help me to know that I deserve this compassion. Yeah, a lot of us who have gone through trauma don't feel that we deserve gentleness. If we were abused or if we were beaten and we grew up that way, that was normal to us. So then when someone is kind to us or paying attention to, I'm not hiding anything on my neck. I know it looked like that, but I was just adjusting. We may not feel like we deserve compassion, especially if people were hard on us growing up. So we feel like, well, that was normal. My parents never gave me compassion. And now you're giving it to me. Whoa, that's out of my comfort zone. I'm not used to that. This is a message from Archangel Michael saying, no, but you still deserve it. You didn't get that negative treatment. You didn't get abandoned or beaten by your parents or abused by those people, your foster parents, because you deserved it. That was because they were abusive, not because you deserved it. There's a really big difference. So he's saying, like, you deserve compassion. So if you don't feel that, take a moment, take a breath, and go, maybe I didn't deserve that. And say it to yourself every day. Because if you've endured trauma, you don't really know that on an unconscious level. So you got to work hard to reprogram yourself, okay? The next part says, I release any feelings of guilt. Yeah, when we don't feel worthy of good, we're going to feel guilty. And you need to release that as soon as you notice it. Like, as soon as you start to feel guilty, say, Archangel Michael, come to me now and please release any feelings of guilt. So let's all do that now. Archangel Michael, thank you that you're taking away my guilt. So deep, and shame. He's saying shame. This is a good opportunity if you're feeling shame or you're blaming yourself for anything, to just release it. So deep breath in. Michael, I give it to you. Blow out. And he's going to literally take that energy. He's just going to sweep it away. It's gone. Thank you that you're filling me with love instead. I always like to replace the negative energy with something positive. So if I ask Michael to replace my fear in the morning, then I say, can you please fill me with beautiful diamond angel sparkle gel and surround me with angels? So it's like replacing that energy so I don't feel a loss. Not that you will, but I like to replace it. I release any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience laughter. Really, Julie? So that I may experience lasting inner peace. Lasting is a really important. It's an important word. It's an important word because, what am I looking for? I always like to put hand lotion on when I get nervous. It's an important word because, not that I'm nervous, but maybe I am. It's an important word because inner peace, you don't want that to be fleeting. And it is possible to have peace all the time. It really is. And I know from experience that when I'm constantly connected to God and the angels, and I release my guilt, I release my sadness, and I've emptied my cup, I've emptied out my pain, and I've done my healing, then I can stay constantly connected to God, I really do feel peaceful consistently. So I want you to know that it's possible. Don't get mad at yourself if you're not experiencing that yet. You're not crazy. You just haven't healed yet. Okay? I want to talk about this card that I just noticed when I was rubbing my hands. This is the bottom of the deck. Remember, we pulled from the top. Well, the bottom of the deck is always your exclamation mark. And this card says the person that you're inquiring about is trustworthy. So if you're wondering, should I be with this person, or Is it possible that you're doubting somebody that you're with? This is affirmation for you that the person that you're inquiring about is trustworthy, and Michael wants you to know that. The card says, thank you for helping me to have faith so I can open my heart wider in relationships. I am grateful for your protection, ensuring that only trustworthy people are in my life. When I opened up my website and my business 10 years ago, I said, let me attract only good people. And I've attracted the best people for clients because I set that intention. So do that now with Archangel Michael. Thank you that you're sending, wonderful people into my life. Thank you for sending wonderful husbands and wives and children, because the universe will give you what you're asking for. So be careful what you ask for. Ask for trustworthy people. All right, let's move to the middle of the week where we have God is in charge. This is such an important message today. Maybe things are not happening for you the way that you would want them to and in the timing that you want them to happen. But this is really affirmation from the angels saying everything's happening as it needs to right now. So don't worry, release that fear, right? Like we talked about at the beginning of this message, you don't need to fear. God's in charge. And if that appointment canceled or if that person left your life, it's because God knew about it and he let it happen. And if he let it happen, he has a reason for it. Or that person's back in your life because he wanted that person to be. So know that God is in charge. We're not in charge. We're messengers, most of us. I think we are. Well, we're not in control anyway, at least. I don't know if all of us are messengers. But in any regard, let's not get into that. But in any regard, we are not here to have our way. We're here to have an experience and to grow and for our souls to grow and to be fulfilled as per our soul contract here on earth for this incarnation is what I mean. And the things that happen in your life, it's in charge. If you think about like your child is a miracle if you have a child, or your husband or your wife, or your recovery from cancer, whatever it is, it's because God allowed it. Okay, the blessings in your life, maybe you live in a house that's been graced to you, or you have a grace car, or you have a job that you just got by the grace of God. God is in charge. And so when you realize that and take a moment and look at whatever's happening in your situation, it may not be the way you want it to be, and it may not be in the timing that you want it, but it's the way God wants it. So trust. Okay, that's a really beautiful card. Like, I love it. All right, one last card at the end of the week is this card I don't know that I like. Like I agree with it, but I don't like it because I'm such a homebody. I do have to get outdoors. I walk every day, but I really have to force myself. Because I'm just a homebody, but that's why I say that. But this card says spend time outdoors in nature. It's so good for you because trees have such a beautiful energy. I'm not saying you have to power walk and jog or bike. I'm just saying go and be with nature. This will clear your energy. This will help you to reconnect with the stillness inside of you. And when you're in nature, it helps you to reconnect to your authentic nature. So go be in nature, go be still. That's the message here. Oh, look at the word on the card. It says, thank you for motivating me to spend more time outdoors. Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty as anyone. I get trapped on my phone or my computer or my work. So yeah, I need that motivation. So I'm going to ask, thank you, angels, for motivating me, right? Because if I don't have that motivation, I got to ask for it because I know it's good for me. Years and even months ago, I asked them for motivation to eat healthier. And now, I feel that, I'm like, oh, beet juice. I feel so motivated to drink it. So if you don't have the motivation, you can ask for it. And for helping me relax. Maybe that's what it is. It's like giving yourself permission to relax. Maybe I'm telling myself I'm too busy to go in nature. I don't have time. So I need to remember that, it's safe for me to relax and enjoy. In North America, when do we give ourselves permission to enjoy? Give yourself, not that you're necessarily in North America watching this video, but I am. So those of us who grew up here know that that's not a thing, right? We say it's Saturday, now I can relax. But we don't give ourselves permission to relax on a Monday at 9 a.m. That's just not a thing here, yeah? But the angels say to ask them for help with this. So if you're struggling with relaxing and being motivated to be in nature, ask for help. Good cards. So glad I listened to my angels and chose to work with those cards. We have events coming up. Let's talk about them. Next Sunday, Angel Basics Level 1 on October the 7th at Joy and Vitality at 1 o'clock. So you can sign up at juliespiritualhealer.com. And then the radio show today, Angel Heart Talk. I think we're talking about romance. So if you have a question about your love life, you may want to call in at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Let's see what else is happening. I think we have another Angel Development Circle next Friday, October the 12th at 7 p.m. again at Joy and Vitality. And you can find out more about me and my private readings and all my events at juliespiritualhealer.com. Mwah. God bless.